Hey guys, I'm Grace Torie, and you're listening to That Girl, the podcast. Grab a beverage of choice and settle in because the new episode is starting now. Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl Grace Torie, and I am back with the first podcast episode of 2023. Woo! How are you guys doing? I hope that you had the best New Year's. I'm literally filming this on January 1st, so that is why I look like a trash bag. Because I didn't go out last night. I really did nothing. I just feel like I'm getting old at the ripe age of 23. So, I don't know. I put my makeup on. We went out to a nice dinner and then we came home for the doggos because, you know, fireworks and stuff. Dogs, bunnies, none of that just is a good mix. So, we wanted to like prioritize them, their health, all that good stuff. So, yeah, but I still look and feel like I was hit by a bus. So what a fun way to start 2023. Popped a ibuprofen or two and I'm ready to go. I feel like today's episode is just like catching up because I missed an episode. I didn't miss an episode last week. I was doing that so that I could work on new content and get all of that ready. So that is why there was no new one on Wednesday. But I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever. So hey, I have new content ready to go. I'm probably gonna be setting all of that up and switching everything out tonight. We are getting rebranded, so I'm pretty sure this means a new podcast cover, a new YouTube profile picture, Instagram profile picture, YouTube header, and obviously new content on the Instagram. And I think the TikTok's gonna stay the same. I think we found a happy balance as of right now, but I'm really excited. The only thing I'm not sure about is if I'm going to change the podcast cover yet or if I'm going to wait until later when there's like I just don't want to change it a bunch of times, so I don't know if today is the day or not, but I have a new one ready to go that matches the new theme, so I don't know, we'll see. But all of that won't be until I get this episode up because obviously this episode is my top priority. It's an upload day. Hello, hi. You guys are more important than just like switching out content. So yeah, as you can see, if you're watching this, I got a mic for Christmas. It's actually not set up because the software just doesn't want to work. I think that there's too much space on my laptop, or not enough space on my laptop, and it's just making it go really slow. So I need to delete a bunch of stuff on my laptop. I honestly have been needing to do this for a long time, and then I think it's gonna work. So the plan is for the episode on Wednesday to have my mic ready, and just deleting all of this crap that I don't need is going to be on my to-do list for the next couple of days. But yeah, like I said, this episode is just gonna be talking about like the new year and what my plans are. I feel like when I was trying to figure out what I want to do for this episode, because it's literally the first day of 2023, I wanted it to be something iconic. I kind of thought about it and I was like, you know, I already talked about setting goals, I already talked about setting your intentions and like all of that. So I kind of beat that topic into the ground. So like I didn't really know what to talk about. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have a very candid conversation about like what I am doing, just like so personal. I'm really not trying to like teach you anything. Usually there's like an underlying like lesson, and while I'm going to talk about lessons I learned and what I'm going to be focusing on this year, it's going to be a lot more chill, just like talking to my bestie. Before I jump in, hey, if you don't know me, you're new here, you're popping in for the new year, my name is Grace and I am the podcast host. I am here to primarily help you guys become the best version of yourselves, whatever that means to you. We are a community of girlies that are all here to support you, non-judgmental. Whatever you want to be in life, we're here to help you get there and be a listening ear for you to bounce off your ideas and just to be a supportive community. If that is something that interests you, don't forget to subscribe, follow, and if you want to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, my handle is thatgirlthepod, and the links are also down below. Let's jump on in. Why does my phone keep going off? I redid the bunny room, which is my office, literally the room I'm in right now, over break. I moved the Ring camera because I didn't like where it was and I felt like they were gonna eat it because bunnies like to eat wires. And literally as we speak, Braxton is trying to eat the wire where I moved it. So clearly it didn't work, but yeah, I really like the new space. The bunnies have been in separate enclosures since I got Bourbon in August, and it's really annoying, and I was kind of annoyed with it, obviously. But I don't know if I told you guys the story, but the rescue that we got Bourbon from lied and said, well, they didn't lie, they just didn't tell me that he was literally neutered like 48 hours before. And that's typically fine, but when you're bonding an animal or bonding one rabbit with another one, they need to be neutered or spayed with like 3 to 4 months between putting them with the other animal so that their hormones can calm down, especially when it's a guy with another guy bunny, because they like fight and get really territorial and they can like literally kill each other. So it's a huge deal. And like I said, they didn't tell me that he was neutered. Like, I would say if I had to guess, they mentioned him getting his like COVID type, they don't have COVID, but there's this disease going around that's like similar to COVID but not, it's like bunny COVID. He got that vaccine like 2 days before I got him, so I'm guessing that when he got that vaccine he got neutered. So I literally got him in August and I didn't know that, so I was like starting the bonding process and they were beating the absolute crap out of each other. So I stopped obviously immediately, and when I was like grooming him I found he still had the stitches, like they hadn't even dissolved yet, and so I was like, oh cool, awesome. So here we are in December and it's been a day and a half, almost 2 days since I redid the room, and they haven't completely wrecked the room or beat each other up yet, and they actually are really enjoying each other's company, so love that for them. But on the same topic, with redoing the office, I'm redoing my filming space. So I like this way that I'm facing because I have my desk, why am I talking like that? I have my desk with my microphone, so when I do get my microphone working I can like talk in it, hey. And you know, the light is good, like the window is right behind you, so the lighting is better. I'm gonna get a ring light when I go like with shopping with my Christmas money, so that's really not gonna matter, especially because it gets dark at 5 and I get off work at 5, so I'm gonna need some sort of lighting. So it doesn't matter as much, I just really prefer natural lighting. But that is exciting. I'm really excited. I have this big blank wall behind me and you guys are probably like, what the heck? Well, first off, these vines, the ones that you can kind of see light up, they just need fresh batteries. They actually only come halfway down, so you might not be able to see it, but I need to get new batteries for them. And we literally went to Walmart today and I forgot, so ouch. And then also behind me, I'm gonna put my degrees, and I'm also gonna put my graduation caps, because I have 2 graduation caps and 3 degrees, so I'm gonna do like 2 degrees and then 1 degree with the graduation caps on both sides. So once I get this up and get all of my branding figured out, I was hoping to do that tonight. I don't go back to work until the 3rd. I need to double check that, make sure it's not tomorrow, because if I just don't show up, that would not be a vibe. But yeah, so that is why there's a huge big space. I got frames for my degrees for Christmas because I've been saying I wanted to hang them there for a long time. I just didn't because I didn't have frames, and I've talked about how expensive frames can be in my past episodes. So good times. What else? I feel like there's so much to talk about. How was your Christmas? That is like a big topic. We ended up going to my family for Christmas a few days before, and then there was like the big snowstorm. So then we went to Josh's parents for Christmas like a couple of days later, but it was really good. Like I said, I got a mic. Josh also got me an iPad. He also ordered, Josh really went above and beyond, and I'm like, I got you a blanket. But he ordered my car that I've been wanting that you really can't order right now. It's a Bronco. And so he was able to get an order for that. Like I said, he works at Ford, so like, you know, he has a little bit of a wait, but he still had to pull some strings. That's how hard it is to get them. So that'll hopefully be here literally in 2023. That is the goal. So I'm really excited about that. That was one of my Christmas presents, and that kind of gives me time to like get my finances ready to have a car payment, because he was able to like hopefully get like a discount on it, but it's still obviously, I'm still gonna have to pay for it. Like, he didn't just like, here's a 2022 car. Like, no, I still have to pay for it. So just getting finances right there. What did I get him? So I told you guys that I was getting him some sentimental stuff, but I couldn't tell you because he was like, I didn't want him to hear it or watch my episode and be like, oh, cool. So one thing that I got him is he's had this blanket since he was literally a baby, like a small child, and that was what, 22 years ago, and it was ripped to shreds. Like, this blanket has been completely wrecked, and every time we wash it, it gets even worse. And we have German Shepherds, so we have to do, I literally change the sheets probably like twice a week some weeks, and then once a week other weeks, but that's a lot. Usually you should change them twice a week. If you're not changing your sheets, change them twice every 2 weeks at minimum. Fun fact. But every time I would wash it, it would get even worse. So I literally scavenged the internet and found the blanket for him. It's like a tiny bit different. The stitching is like a tiny bit different, but it's pretty identical, so I was really proud of myself for that one. I also got him, I went through his Spotify Wrapped and looked at his top artists, and then the only one out of the 5 that was coming even this year was the Kid Laroi. So I got him tickets to see the Kid Laroi, and I told him he could take whoever he wants, but he said he wanted to take me. So some content's gonna come from that in March. Really exciting stuff, guys. What else did I get him? Oh, I got him these like posters that are like vintage, and it's like a vintage Porsche poster and then a vintage like article from a contest that Ford did. And so I got him those to either hang in his studio, in the garage where he works on his car, or in his office at work. So that was pretty much what I got him. I got him other small things, like dude loves fuzzy socks. Got him some fuzzy socks. It was also partially for me because I also enjoy fuzzy socks. But that was some fun stuff. I don't know. I feel like there's so much to talk about but nothing to talk about. Let's dive into like the difference between 2022 and 2023 and how we're gonna move differently. So 2022, I feel like walked so that 2023 could run. 2022 was necessary, and it had a lot of highs and a lot of lows. Overall, I think it was a big year for growth, and I'm not just saying that for me, I'm saying that for a lot of people. 2022 was definitely a year of healing and a year of growth, and I am very, very proud of you guys. I am. Shout out to you guys, as well as myself. So now that we've put in the work and done the growth, it's time to like reap some of those benefits. Is how I feel 2023 is going to grow. So for me, I was really reflecting this morning on things that I'm like unhappy about and things that I'm happy about with 2022, and what I'm gonna do to make this like a better year for me, specifically mentally and emotionally, like my inner vibes, you know, inner thoughts. Like there's all the external things that are going on, but I was really just reflecting internally. And I realized that like there's a lot of people that like I lost even in like 2020 and 2021 that I still haven't healed myself from, and it's really hard. Like you can't just sit there and be like, man, I miss this person, and not move forward because of that. And I think at times it's really prevented me from moving forward because either I'm scared of like losing someone, or like I'm scared of like what if this person comes back, and kind of holding on to hope. Like so I think that healing that is going to be a really big part of the beginning of 2022, so that I can just move on and finally let that go, because I think that I naturally just hold on to a lot of like anything that's ever gone wrong. I'm literally a Cancer moon, so, and I'm Scorpio dominant. Even though I'm a Taurus, I'm Cancer moon and I'm Scorpio dominant, so I'm a very emotional being that hides. I like outwardly express a lot of emotions, but I think those deep traumas, I just hide them internally like forever, and I just never process them. I just kind of let them sit, and I'm like, we don't know her, we don't want to fix that. That sounds like a lot. That's just a lot for me. And I think that I finally need to I really did a good job of like opening the closet door and getting some skeletons out last year. It's so weird to say 2022 is last year, but I want to focus primarily on letting go of those friendships that I have like been so attached to and upset about and allow myself to focus on new friends, because I'm literally that person that sits there and says, I don't have any friends, like this friend left me, da 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 da, I need to make new friends. And I have friends, like I just have to text them and be like, let's hang out. And I don't. I just sit around and say I don't have friends. When I do, I just don't text them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to put in the work, but I get really genuinely upset that I don't really do anything with my friends. So that is one of my primary things I want to focus on early in the year, like today, and build more relationships, because it, like, I only had like one group of friends in my life where I was like, this is so much fun, we are all so close, I love this. And like, I've had individual friends where I felt that way, but never a whole group of people where I've just been like, okay, we are all so close, this is so good, like we have such a good dynamic, I love this. And then I talked about it in a previous episode, but they all just literally stopped talking to me and blocked me at the same time and tried to get my boyfriend to break up with me. And I think that was like the biggest amount of betrayal I've ever felt. And keep in mind, I found out my dad had another family, and this was more betrayal than that. Like, I love dark humor, sorry. Like, this was literally such, like, so hard for me. And so I haven't even fully gotten over that, and like, I just want a friendship like that again. Obviously not the betrayal part, but like the close dynamic. And I sit around and think about how much I want that, but I don't actually do it. So that is a big part of this year that I'm working on, is finding a girl gang. You know, especially with my best friend moving away last year and all of that, it's been a lot harder. I do have like a couple friends here, but we're all so busy that I just need to be more intentional about it, right? Like, being intentional, I think, is going to be the theme for this whole year. Just putting intention behind everything I do, while also not putting as much thought into everything I do. Like, being intentional about like, I'm gonna do this because I know down the road it's gonna be good for me, but also stop thinking about everything. Like, if I want to go do something, I'm gonna go do it. Like, stop sitting here and being like, oh my gosh, but what if this happens, and what if that happens? Like, anxiety is so 2022. Literally me talking about one of my mental health disorders like it's a fad. I literally can't with myself. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want this year to be a year where I'm guided by my intuition. But in order to listen to your intuition, you have to be able to hear it. And for me personally, I can't hear my intuition unless I am listening, obviously. And I have a really hard time listening unless all of my anxiety is kind of at bay and I'm just like in the present, like very calm, where I'm like meditating and I feel connected to my body. Like, I almost feel like when you have anxiety, there's a disconnect between your soul and your body. Like, it's literally disassociation. I disassociate like a mother effer. I am always disassociating. Can you tell my ADHD is showing in this episode because I don't have an outline and I'm just kind of saying what comes to mind? Hi, yes, hello. That is what's happening. But like, when you have ADHD, which I also have, you have disassociation a lot, and I will literally not remember like a whole day, and that is why I need to take my Adderall. But I don't like Adderall, so but where the fudge am I going with this? what is happening? But like I was saying, when I feel present and connected and like one within myself, that is when I can listen to my intuition and know without a shadow of a doubt that is my intuition talking. And I really haven't felt that way since probably the end, like January of 2021. So it's time to reconnect to our intuition. And some of you are probably not into that vibe. Like, you're probably like, no, thank you, ma'am. But if you are, definitely let me know. Either comment below or go on Instagram and DM me, because I want like if you want a support group of girlies where we all just talk about how we are reconnecting and realigning with ourselves, oh my gosh, that would be so fun. Like, please. I am trying to get into alignment for my 2023. Like, I am trying to reap the benefits of all of the hard work that I put into 2022. It's just like, I have to have these final few things that I'm like really working on. Obviously, the work is never done. You're always improving, but these are like big things that I didn't necessarily like complete in 2022. What else is there? I mean, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about my goals, but I feel like they're heavy on my mind right now, so we're just going to go through them. Obviously, getting my car is like a big one. Friendship. This is a big year for romance, I feel like. So like Josh and I don't know. I've just felt very like centered on our relationship and on like growing it, because I think for most of 2022 both of us were so focused on our career that we kind of just like yeah, we lived together, but it's like we worked, we came home, we ate dinner, we went to bed. Like we didn't go on dates, we didn't do anything new or exciting. Like it was very, very career focused. And I feel like this year I want to make time for more like just like nurturing, like romance, like build it back in. And I'm really excited for that aspect of it. Like I'm excited to see where that takes me. Also making time for my horse. Hey Moon, miss you girl. I literally saw her today. But because she's 45 minutes away, and like I mentioned, by the time it gets dark out, like it gets dark when I'm leaving work, so by the time I go see her, it's dark out and can't ride in the dark. So I'm trying to be more intentional about when I'm gonna see her and get my butt out there to see her. Even if it's only on Saturdays, I need to just like put everything down that I don't need, like I don't want to do, or I need to do, but like it's not as urgent as I'm making it sound, and go do what actually matters, which is hang out with like my literal built-in therapist, like my sweet horse, Pons, as I like to call her, cow pony, as she is affectionately called by most people in the region. Yes, that is, yeah. Also like making more times for my other animals. Like I've been really sentimental about death, a little morbid, I know, but I was, ever since Casper passed away, which was my first bunny that passed away August of 2021, I've been very, very aware of like how fleeting life is. And when Sophie passed away a couple weeks ago, I think that just kind of made it even more so stressful. And then with the snowstorm, I was really worried about my horse because sudden temperature changes, which it was like a 90-degree temperature change or something insane, can cause them to have stomach issues, and they literally just like colic and then they can die. Like, so I was really worried about her just like dying, and like what if I didn't spend enough time with her and stuff. So I think this year I really just want to like focus on like hanging out with people and animals that may not be here forever. Like my dog that I got my freshman year of college is already 5. She's gonna be 6 in April. And that basically hurts. Like I have a physical heartburn when I think about that. So and Luna's gonna be 2 literally this month. Like it's just so, it's literally insane. So that is just wild, a wild thing. And like I don't want to say that I'm not focusing on my career, because I obviously am. I want the podcast to be so successful this year. I want to double my income through multiple streams of revenue. Like revenue, I sound like I really am making myself trying to sound like that bitch, but I'm literally not. Okay, you know, while I still have all these career plans, I think that I have spent so much time trying to force things to happen. Like just, oh my gosh, I'm gonna wish that 100,000 people see my TikTok video. Oh my gosh, like I'm gonna go viral off of this one video. Like it's gonna happen, like I say it is. And just like putting all this desperate energy into it, even though I tell myself like don't give off that vibe, like don't do it, like just flow, don't force. I've literally been doing that. So I think that I'm still gonna post, I'm still gonna put all of this time into it, but I am gonna do it from a place of like whatever happens happens. I'm good. I am here because I love you guys, and I wanted a community of women who felt similarly to how I feel. Like we're just trying to find our place in this world, and as long as I've got you guys and I am helping you in some way, that is all I care about. Obviously I care about how many of you there are, because I would love to talk to as many of you as possible and help you out. It's not my main priority. So I think that I'm just gonna be a lot more like whatever happens happens. I got you guys, you got me, and I'm gonna focus on like love and fostering the relationships I do have, and you know, just whatever happens happens. Like it's chill. And obviously like I have a full-time job on top of that, so I'm chilling. Like I have so much on my plate that I'm like, Sorry that I'm not adding like 500 more things to my plate right now. Like, I just want to like focus on me. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. I'm already a workaholic. I feel like I'm just talking to myself so fast and you guys are like, whoa, this is not what we signed up for. But obviously I'm talking to you. And like I mentioned, I have ADHD, among other things. So yeah, what a vibe. I feel like I'm missing some other goals. Oh, health is a huge one. I definitely gained a little bit of weight throughout the holiday season. My belly's a little jigglier than she was going into it, but I'm not gonna be mad at myself for that. I have a gym membership. I just need to use it. Like, literally, Grace, I pay for a gym membership. I've been once. So I was gonna go today, but it's January 1st and I don't feel like going to battle. So January 2nd, right? Do you think people will fall off between now and then? Hope so. My dad is also in town still, and I asked him if he wanted to, he mentioned going to dinner tonight, so I asked him if he wanted to go, and he hasn't responded, so, we'll see about that. If not, I'll literally have 1,000 other things to do. I'm not even mad, but what else was I gonna say? Oh my gosh. Oh! Big thing, I'm trying to travel more this year, which I already have a trip to Miami and a trip to Las Vegas planned. Shout out to my best friend because her bachelorette party is in Miami and her wedding is in Vegas. And I'm really excited because I found out one of my really good friends is able to go, which obviously like my best friend is going to be there, so it's going to be amazing, but she's getting married, so like she's a little busy. Like, not everything is about me. She's going to be a little busy. So I don't really know that many people that are going that well, so I was really excited to find out that someone is going that I do know. She's one of my roommates last year and I literally love her, so I feel like it's gonna be so much fun. And she's one of those people that you can go out with that isn't gonna pressure you to do anything you don't want to do and isn't gonna get really shady, because I've met some shady people. So it's just nice to be with someone that is like, you know, has your best intentions in mind. So I'm really excited that she's going, and hopefully like everything will be amazing and it'll be a good trip overall. So those are 2 trips, and I'm doing both of them solo. Josh is staying here. I know, big sad, but he's a homebody and doesn't want to go anywhere. He has like 7 tourist placements, so I get it. But that's really exciting, and those are literally both in the first half of the year. Like, those are coming up, which means I need to get to the gym, because Miami, the gym, yeah, if I went right now, my confidence would just not be where it needs to be. And I know that not everything is about physical, but I just set myself to such a high standard that I need to meet that standard or I'm gonna be disappointed in myself. I was listening to what we said, and literally this past episode, I think, or the one before it, they were talking about what being a perfectionist is and what being a narcissist is. And they said a narcissist is when you care about what everybody else thinks of you. Like, it's very outward because you want to appear like this amazing, great person. And being a perfectionist is when you only care about your own opinion of yourself and if you reach that standard. And I definitely am a perfectionist. Like, everyone in the room could tell me that like I'm skinny, beautiful, perfect, the nicest person ever, amazing, but if I don't personally believe that, it does not matter. And I know that's really, really toxic, and I am working on it, and I'm working on being more open to like when someone says, oh, you're doing a great job, like actually believing them and things like that, because it gets lonely when you're your worst critic and the only critic you listen to, frankly. But like it's you know, one day at a time here. So yeah, I also need to buy my outfits for Miami. I am also gonna go to Sephora and do a haul with my Christmas money. I need to buy flight tickets. It's just a busy time here in the House of Commons. It is a busy time. So that is, you know, the vibes. That's what I've been up to in terms of self-worth. I'm literally gonna go drink a peppermint tea after this because I just had Panda Express, and I feel like I'm low-key gonna die, but you know, it was a good time though. You know, I'm a big fan of Panda Express. It was a very good time. I'm gonna take my Be Real. It won't let me. Why won't it let me? But yeah, I think that putting less pressure on myself to succeed, and like instead of putting my value in the impact of my content and how it's positively impacting you, I've been putting it in how big the reach is and who is reacting, like how big is my following. And instead of doing that, I want it to be back, like the focus be back on the impact. And as long as I'm impacting you guys in a positive way, I'm good, like I'm chilling. So more on that, less on being like constantly strategizing how I can grow, because it's fun, but it's a dangerous game, and I just don't want to be like that anymore, you know? I sound like I'm literally confessing to like an addiction. Like I just don't want to be that person anymore. Like I literally all I've been doing is watching SEO strategy videos on YouTube. It's not even that deep. I just am a workaholic, and I know that, and I'm working on it. I don't know. I also want to support small businesses more. I've been supporting small businesses, but I really think that this year is the year that I can give back to them. You know, I was talking to Josh about maybe doing more brand deals on the dog's TikTok, because I've been finding like, it's been fun again for me. It wasn't fun. It was fun, but it wasn't like my top priority for a while. I just didn't have time for it. And now that I'm making it a priority and it's fun again, I'm thinking about reaching out and doing brand deals, and even just reaching out to like local small businesses and saying, hey, can I put you on our TikTok? Like, you know, we get this many reach, views, all that, and helping out some of our animal small businesses. I feel like that would be a good thing to do, and like, you know, a good way to help the community. Because for the longest time I had this idea in my head of like, hey, when I get big or have a larger following, I'm gonna shine some spotlights on these small businesses because they really do mean so much to me. But I haven't been able to, because like while I have a sort of following, it's not big enough that it's like, hey, you know, this is making a huge difference again to where I feel I'm making a difference. Like it's that whole perfectionism thing. So I think that the dog's following is big enough I can do that, and then hopefully branch out to the podcast by the end of the year is the goal, at least. That way, you know, I'm giving back, because that's what it's all about, is giving back to you guys, giving back to the community, and things like those things that mean so much to me. I also had a big surprise for you guys, but I postponed it. It was supposed to come out today, but I postponed it because I was so focused on the brand that I just didn't think that it was like necessary. Like I didn't want to focus on too many things at once, and I literally only mentioned it once, like the beginning of November, so I hadn't been building up hype or anything. So what'd she do? Oh, okay, sorry. Josh came in and wanted a DoorDash, and I have the account with the Dash Pass on my phone, so that is one thing. We want to stop DoorDashing well, I want to stop DoorDashing in 2023 and start cooking. But we weren't, like, we've been DoorDashing groceries a lot lately, so it hasn't been that bad, like cleaning supplies and stuff. But I don't remember what I was saying at all. Like, it is nowhere to be found inside of my noggin. So I don't know. I mean, I guess this is a good place to end it. Shoot, because I can't remember. Josh is literally just having a conversation with the dogs. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to just my thoughts, my tangent about the new year. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. This is different than my typical outline. If you guys like my little rant vibe, if you like this better or more, or you even like it at all, go ahead and let me know, because this was like a lot for me. I'm scared to like be vulnerable and talk about myself. I kind of have like boundaries, so this is the first time I've really done that, and I don't know if it's what you guys like, or if you like the more structured professional videos. I don't know, but yeah, with that said, please leave a rating or a review. It helps out my podcast so much. If you are on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you can either just tap the stars or write out a review. I love you so much, and it would mean the world to me either way. But if you leave your Instagram, I will shout you out on the gram. Thank you so much for 200 followers, by the way. We just hit 200, which is a lot. It's really hard to grow on Instagram, so I appreciate you guys so much for that. Like I mentioned, if you want to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, I post on there almost every day. It's a good time, and I'm starting the new Instagram feed tonight, I think. And the new branding is popping off. But yeah, I think that's it. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you're on the old YouTube. And I hope that you guys have an amazing 2023. If you want to comment down below, if you can, what your goals are for the new year, I would love to hear them. Let's talk about them. I love hyping you up, so let me hype you up, please. Other than that, if you're watching this on Sunday, I hope you have a great night. If you're watching this on any other day, I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or night. And I will see you on Wednesday with my next episode. All right, bye guys, love you.